Let's take a quick look at how to use Savvas Realize to push your Envision's mathematics instruction. First, log into Clever. Then, under Instructional Tools, you'll see the icon, Savvas EasyBridge. Click that icon. Next, you'll log in with your username and password. Very simple. They are your first dot last name, all lowercase, and then your last name with a capital letter at the beginning. If this is the first time that you've logged into EasyBridge, you'll see a screen that looks like this with a few steps to follow. Just follow the steps until you get done, and when finished, click Done. Everyone else would land on this page, Classes and Products. You can see at this time, current classes are not listed. That will change. They're listed under future classes. If you click this, you'll see your students' names and that you have the Envision's grade level that you're assigned to. When school starts, this will no longer be under future classes, it will be under current classes. On the right, you'll click Savvas Realize to get into your Realize platform. Savvas looks a little different this year. Now they have something called cards. This is the card for this teacher. And on the side, it says assignments, calendar, students and groups, data, and programs. A lot of this information can be accessed up the top as well. Over on the side, I can see that this teacher has selected content for grades 1, 2, and 3. I'm just going to click into grade 2. This takes me to a table of contents for that grade level. You can see there's some information at the top, including the e-text. If you continue down, you can see all the topics that are covered in the student's math program for the year. Let's go down to the first lesson in topic 1. Sliding down, you can see review. This review is called the Common Core Review. There's one each day. If I keep going down, I go to the very first part of the heart of the Envisions lesson, the Solve and Share. Solve and shares are intended to last no more than 5 minutes. It is a time for productive struggle. So you're not really helping the kids to answer this question. You're presenting the question and seeing what they are thinking in terms of mathematics. Next is the visual learning. Throughout the course of the video, there are various stopping points. You can see them along the timeline. Those stopping points are either places for discussion or they're places where you actually interact with the video. This is an opportunity for students to show you what they know. This is also in the workbook, just like the Solve and Share, and a little blurb about the visual learning. Now it's time for students to practice what they've learned. This is one of the students' workbook pages. You can also display this on your board. Take a look. For guided practice, there are just a few questions. Then, for independent practice, there are several more. Be judicious. You don't have to make them do all of these problems. You might want to pick certain problems for students. And there are directions in the book for how to do this. Many of our teachers took advantage of using quick checks last year during remote learning. A quick check is about 5 questions, and they have auditory support. You can see I'm displaying this in a way that students could see it in the whole group, or you could assign it to them. Let me show you that. To assign the quick check, underneath of the title, click Assign. It brings up the assignment creator. The title of the assignment is already in there. You would put in the start date and the due date. You can also set end times, start times. You can write instructions to your students. There's also a place if you wanted to have students complete remediation for you to put a date in there. And then you would put in your group or your class. In this case, this teacher's class is 403. So all I had to do was type in math and find the group or the class. You can also make small groups and push things out according to the small groups. Let's look down here. If this box is checked, students will automatically be assigned remediation and or enrichment activities based on how well they do on the quick check. While this is great and provides additional support for students, I would caution you not to overuse this feature because students are going to get a whole lot of assignments, almost to the point of being overwhelming. So I would maybe only use this feature once or twice a week on assignments that I really wanted to make sure students had a good grasp of. Otherwise, they're going to have a deep set of activities to complete. Once you've completed all this, you would click Assign, and students would see it in their assignments. And another great thing that you can check out is the Another Look video. This is usually a shorter video that kids seem to love. This is a great way to reinforce what students learned. Check out the Another Look videos. I think you'll really like them. Third grade and up have an additional resource called Practice Buddies. Practice Buddies is a digital way for students to practice what they learned in class. It can be assigned as homework, but teachers often use it for small group practice. You would simply go to Assign and go through the process of assigning that content to students. And then after you complete your whole group lesson, this could be some small group practice for your students. I've had a lot of great feedback from teachers who are using Practice Buddy. Finally, one thing I'd like you to look at is making sure that you have the theme selected for your students that is appropriate. To do this, go to Class Settings, slide down, and at the bottom you'll see that you can either choose the default theme, which is considered intermediate, or the primary theme, the early learner theme. My suggestion is from third grade and up, stick to the default theme, and from second grade down, use the early learner theme. So if you have any questions, please reach out. I'm happy to help.